Hi, welcome back to Sustainability Simply. We are now in the reduction phase, and today we are clearing up one idea that is everywhere but often misunderstood: net zero. You often hear it, companies say it all the time: net zero by 2050. But net zero is not a slogan, and it is not a finish line that you can announce. Net zero means cutting greenhouse gas emissions as close to zero as possible, and then permanently removing the small amounts that cannot be eliminated. That idea comes from the Paris Agreement. To keep global warming as close to 1.5 degrees Celsius, global emissions need to fall sharply this decade and reach net zero around mid century. That is the global context. Now, here is where things can go wrong. Some organizations treat net zero like a label: set a distant target, publish a roadmap, talk about offsets. You start with your full footprint: scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3. Not selectively, then you look for concentration. Where are emissions actually sitting? Energy use, purchase goods, logistics, or product use. Those hotspots determine your roadmap. You do not reduce everything at once. You prioritize the largest sources first. These are operational changes. They affect procurement, capital allocation, engineering decisions. They are not marketing decisions. It means redesigning where emissions are highest. That might mean shifting to renewable electricity, changing suppliers, substituting materials, improving process efficiency, redesigning products, electrifying fleets, rethinking logistics. Net zero becomes real when emissions fall in absolute terms, not when intensity improves, not when targets are announced, not when credits are purchased. Absolute decline, that is the best. A real net zero strategy reshapes how a company operates. It changes supplier conversations, it changes investment priorities, it exposes trade offs, it unfolds over years. So, net zero is not something you claim, it is something you measure, prioritize, reduce, and only then balance. In the next episode, we will unpack that final piece: offsets. When they support a serious net zero pathway and when they quietly replace the harder work of reduction. That is where confusion usually begins. And that is what we will clarify next.